Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tales of the Jagged Ale. I am your host and game master, Sage Palillo. I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight, and this is our first session. So before we get started, I would like to introduce the characters and their players. So, Sophia, would you like to start?
Wow, now you spoiled it.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm Sophia, and I'm going to be playing a goblin named Adrana Waata, and before you hear from anybody else, she is the better of the twins.
Hi, I'm Hannah Crowley, and I'm going to be playing her twin, the halfling, Awaata Drana, and we get along just fine.
Hi, I'm Dean. I'm playing Kelthane, the half-elf sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Colby, and I'm playing Caldwyn, the incredibly handsome human minstrel.
Sure. I'm Cody Carrot, and I'm playing the knight Conrad Ska.
I am Marcel Palillo, and I'm playing the Holy Knight Tristero Degodess.
And their characters are all set in a land torn up by demons, known as the Forbidden Lands. And Caldwyn, we shall start with you.
Oh boy.
An
No
autumn
pressure.
wind chills you to the bone, biting against your exposed flesh. The bleeding sun pierces the shroud of gray that lingers over the land like a frail cloak. The bleached bones of animals and lost souls lie scattered throughout.
What?
Keep going, we're having a big problem. Keep going. Just keep going.
Lie scattered throughout the crimson desert. Showbiz. Boulders loom like gravestones, casting their long shadows upon the dry earth, and the crimson desert stretches for miles until it is absorbed by the horizon. Towering as high as the Great Divide, this mighty wall bars all passage in and out of the Forbidden Lands. There is no gate to this wall. The only means of entering or leaving are through the rusty cages and worn baskets that are lowered from the battlements on frail ropes. The Iron Lock, as you know it, Caldwyn, is a symbol of a dark time upon this world, one ruled by sorcerers and demons. Its crude, flat architecture is shaded with a frigid gray, and beneath its foundations are the bleached bones of countless victims, some with arrows still sticking out of their corpses, and others torn apart as if animals have got into them. Yet here you stand, Caldwyn, upon the Iron Lock, looking across the jagged battlements. Around you, men dressed in mail and surcoats of white push people into these rusted cages, yourself included. They have these long spears that they like to prod and then push and shove just to make sure that you know that they're the ones in charge. And each one of them, upon their surcoats, has a serpent Ouroboros, almost like a figure 8, that of the symbol of worm. These men do not speak, and the only sounds that come from them are from the shuffling of their mail and the occasional horns that echo throughout the wall. A putrid smell hangs thick in the air between rust, blood, and body odor. And some of the prisoners, in desperation, cling to their bars as if they're trying to break through. A few of their hands reach out as if to grasp at something that is not there. And then there are the few who have accepted their fate, their heads bowed, silent. And then there is one. This man has a long beard and a mane of hair golden as the sun itself. And he stares out into the horizon and gives a big grin, waiting for his freedom. But the cage next to you, Caldwyn, has 2 in it. And then there's a cage to your right that is empty. In the cage next to you, you see a young woman, probably in her early 20s, a long mane of black hair, her eyes fierce, with deep bags under them. and she stands with perfect posture. But attached to her leg is a young girl, no more than 10. Her clothing is ragged, and under her arm there's a straw teddy bear. The eyes are kind of falling off, being held only by its threads. And the young girl's bloodshot eyes look up with you, and tear streaks break the mud that is all over her face. At this point, Caldwyn, I would like you to describe your character.
So, I guess, so Caldwyn was, before sort of this tragedy befell him up in the Ironlock, would have been a conventionally handsome guy. Sharp chin, lean, luscious locks, every inch the handsome sort of troubadour traveling from town to town to sort of, wore his hats at a rakish angle, that kind of thing. But now he's, his hair is matted and messy. He's bruised from the treatment of the guards and the journey to the Ironlock. Nose is probably broken. Like I said, bruised, dinged up, not wearing essentially rags and holding nothing but his lute, his lyre, which he carries with him like it's a sacred relic. He does his best to keep that winning smile that got him so many coppers on the streets of the Alderlands. He keeps that smile on his face, even as essentially plastered to his face as best he can in these trying times. Although he looks with sorrow at the face of the young girl crying.
She looks up at you, and as she does, you notice that there's these deep bags under her eyes as well, as if she hasn't slept for many nights. And she wants to say something, her lip quivers, before a frail voice goes, "Why are you so tall?"
Good fortune. Or bad. Makes it hard to fit in the cage.
"Sister, he's taller than me. Can I be as tall as him as one day?" Now the older sister looks down at her and gives a soft smile. "Of course, Teresa." And she gives you a suspicious glare. "Who are you?"
I am Caldwyn, a musician. Although, as you can see, I've fallen on hard times. Starving artist, you know how it is.
We've all fallen on hard times.
Aye, but I reckon maybe we're the lucky ones. And he points down towards the mess at the bottom of the lock.
She looks down, and so does the little girl, and as she goes to peer over the battlements, her sister puts her hand in front of her eyes. "Yes, that is true. Let us hope we make it down."
Well, what's your story? And why would they bring a little girl here?
Because the Alderlands are cruel,
You'll find no argument on that score from me.
and we have a lot in common.
Well, perhaps when we get down to the bottom of this nightmare, it helps to have people to look out for each other. And I sort of point out there, goes, "I don't know about you, but I hear very few happy stories come out of this place."
I have heard terrible things. Things that would chill you to the bone. And
What?
I don't know.
Well, the least I could do. This is rather dour place, and they've left me with little. They've even, they've taken my career. They've taken my possessions. They've taken what little dignity I had left before I came here. But they left me my instrument, and they left me my voice. The least I could do, try to cheer the little one up, and I try to play a more uplifting song on my
All right. So you are a skilled musician, Caldwyn. However, the environment around you is hostile, dark, and stinks. So I would like a performance roll.
Aye, aye. Here, let me go down to here. And did that work? I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. It just took a moment.
Did you click off the fact
it
you
just
have
showed up.
you
Yeah, it
have
just showed
the loot?
Oh, I do.
So you're gonna have to re-roll that, Caldwyn.
There's real quick. I have two values.
Sure. What's up?
I got the value of two.
Yep. You're gonna
Both
click,
of them?
click both.
Oh,
of
I
them.
like the sound of that. I am this. We're off to
So-
a great start.
Wait,
Yes.
wait, what happened?
Like no successes and a bane.
Love it. Push.
So that's a good question. Are you gonna push? It's just
No.
your empathy.
Yeah, just like I'll push.
Yeah, there we
I've
go.
only got what, like eight more hours of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more banes. Here we come.
All right. So
One damage applied to my empathy. Ow.
So as you
Yeah.
begin to tune, the smell is so bad, you tune one string too sharp and start to pluck, and you go, ugh. And the whole environment is weighing down on you, but you won't let it stop you. And you roll 2 successes, Caldwyn. The Iron Lock does not get much music, and your song is probably the first that has been sung within this parts for many, many centuries. And it is beautiful, so beautiful that some of the guards stop and look at you as if they want to stop you, but whatever is inside of them is telling them not to. And your song plays, and you actually see Teresa smile. And around you, you see others look at you. Some are older. Their faces now have many wrinkles, and their hair is grayed, and others are younger. But there's this sense of hope now. And then, to ruin your performance, a blast of horns, deep, low, and grumbling, echo throughout the wall.
I didn't
And-
call for backup musicians. This is a solo act.
You see one of the people in the cages go, "There's no such thing as a solo act." Unless it has me in it.
Oh god.
But as the horns rumble, you then hear the low chanting of 6 men, and escorting a knight dressed in mail. Tristero, would you describe your character?
Sounds good. So what you see now is a man roughly 29 years old, 5'7" for their height, has very nice blonde hair, goes down to the back of their neck, with fair skin and very nice green eyes. You see him currently with a massive, beautiful shield on his back, a spear in one hand, and his helm under the other. You see he's holding himself tall, proud, and he's very clean despite the darkness and disgusting land that he looks upon. And he walks with a lot of pride, he walks with a lot of honor, and he has the symbol of worm embedded upon his chainmail armor on his chest.
And around you, you hear "Whoa, whoa," this low drone. And the voices continue to rise until finally you are led to the cage right next to someone you recognize, Tristero. Right next to the fugitive, the traitor, the banished one, the handsome Caldwyn.
Am I escorted right into the cage?
You are right outside the cage as these 6 men with long robes of white, with decorations that almost look like serpents moving up their bodies. And they are all barefooted and feeling the earth beneath their feet, their heads bowed in prayer.
I send a prayer up to Worm. And I walk into the cage, then turn to face the priests as they pray.
One of the priests with its long flowing robes has his arms tucked inside his sleeves and goes up to you and goes, "Oh, your duty shall be revered among all the congregation of the serpent, and that the psychopromp of the Alderlands and the true congregation shall bless you onto your journey ahead with this water." And they flick water onto you, and some gets in your eye.
It's a blessing.
And enjoy it while you can. That's the only clean water you'll be getting for a while.
I hope it rains.
You hear someone in the cage down, "Clean water? You'd be lucky if that's clean."
Oh, we're doomed.
"Tristero, Degodess, champion of the congregation, Knight Herald, we bless you unto the lands infested by heretics and demons. Though they are the Forbidden Lands, truth, faith shall guide you on the righteous path. And take this." And they lay upon your head a wreath, almost woven with vines to look like serpents, eating each other's tails. And the wreath has the flowers of the morning lily, a white lily. Within its center is gold. And they then bow one more time before they say, "Have faith that the god Worm shall watch over you. And in turn, Worm shall guide you. Go now, son of the Alderlands. Go now and fulfill the destiny that has been laid before you." And the chant goes back into its deep grumbling state and droning over the wall.
I look to them, bow to them. "Thank you, blessed ones. I shall return victorious. I swear it upon the god." And then I turn, face the land in front of me, the twistiness and the darkness, and I put on my helm. And I just stand there, waiting for the chains to lower me.
If this is how they treat a champion of the church, I'd hate to see how they treat its enemies.
You're missing a couple of things on you. Someone kick you out again?
The life of a performer. It can be rather hectic at times, but I still have all that matters. My voice, my instruments, most of my pride.
I was going to comment on that, but you beat me to it.
You see a man to the cage next to you, Tristero. He's wearing more earthly clothing and is more well-dressed than the rest. He has no weapons, and his hair is a little wavy and short, and he has a nice trimmed beard. And he looks over to you and says, "Why is a knight here?"
Sometimes you need to send the right people in to do the dirty work.
They never send people like you.
Which is a very important mission I am being sent on.
Has nothing to do with us, though, right? You couldn't give a shit about us.
That is not true. I was not ordered to ignore people who are in need. I was simply ordered to do my duty to my God.
And your God watches over us, right? So isn't your duty to us?
Gods work in mysterious ways.
All religious folks say that.
Yes, they are right, because half the time the gods are not truthful to their words and their actions. But I am. If you are in need and we encounter each other down below, I will do what I can to help you.
I didn't expect that from someone who was just blessed by 6 of the congregation.
That is why I was chosen by the congregation. And I smile under my helm and I look forward again.
He's the most dangerous kind of knight. A genuine believer.
I've seen where that leads. I'm Henrik.
Tristero.
Well met,
Well met indeed.
Henrik.
I am Caldwyn. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Make a reputation roll.
I relate to your character.
Oh, you said a reputation roll?
Yep. So at the top of your character sheet, it's going to be next to your age.
Reputation.
Yeah.
The one that says reputation?
Yep.
I'm just doing great today.
No, I haven't heard of you.
I'm perhaps more underground than you're used to.
Perhaps.
He's like the Banksy of this world.
Then another horn blares, and the rhythmic pounding of spears hit the wall. And then your
percussion section.
And then the cages move forward and dangle on the frail ropes. And then they start to lower you.
I suggest not looking down.
Ooh. Henrik looks at you. Why the fuck did you say that?
Why'd you do it?
Well, why did you tell me to do it?
Because I thought you would do it.
But why? And as you guys are arguing, suddenly, as you're about halfway down the wall, you hear screams. You see one of the ropes frail too much and then snap. Their screams plummet before the last thing you hear is the shattering of the cage upon the rocks below and the splintering of bone and flesh. And the screams are silent. Teresa, the little girl, just quickly grabs her sister and starts weeping.
Do not move in these cages. Stand firm, relax yourselves. Otherwise you'll meet the same fate.
2 cages down from you, there's a man with a hood over his head. He has jagged facial features and a scruffy beard. He goes, "No shit. Look, do they teach you how to think in the congregation, or do you just do your orders?"
Do they teach you courtesies and respect by any chance?
Look, I get you far.
Careful. I was chosen by the gods. You might be next.
I sent them to the gods. And then, after a long moment, your cages finally touch the ground, the crimson desert of Harga. There are many rumors to why it is like this. You have heard the tales. The sorcerers became too greedy. They drew the life out of the land. Demons themselves, with every footstep they took, scarred it. And some even say the Red Wanderer fell from the sky and crashed into the land itself and scorched the very sand crimson. And if you listen to the drunk dwarves, it was Huge who did it. And they always blame Huge. But you are now safe. And now, these are the people you see with you.
I don't suppose any of you, now that we've made it down to the bottom, and that was the hard part, I don't suppose any of you have any pants, a shirt, a pair of socks. Anything would be welcome. Please.
I have a spear that can cover one thing and one thing only.
Ooh, the knight has wit.
This woman who heard your song goes, "Were you the one singing on the wall?"
I was. As a matter of fact.
I'm sure.
I'm Caldwyn. Charmed.
I can't help you with your pants situation, unfortunately.
Few can, it seems.
You're very confident for your situation.
Well, when you've been stripped of everything else, confidence, you should wear it like armor.
You
Wanna
hear
test that armor?
You hear another shout out.
Gosh, you.
This man goes, "I'd rather have a full suit." Tristero?
You seem familiar. What's your name, sir?
I'm Zshimbach.
Swaben. Remind me who you are again. Sorry, I have been through a lot of emotions today.
I was a squire. Good sir.
Oh, I remember you. I remember you very well.
Yes, Lord Githaway.
Yes, yes. Are you knighted now?
I wouldn't be here, sir, with all due respect.
Fair enough. How go things here?
I just got here.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you were sent here as punishment.
Yeah, and I just got here.
You just see him. He raises his visor and smiles slightly, and he goes, "It's good to see you again, old friend."
And you as well. But you may want to check what's going on right there. I don't know. We just got here.
Relax, relax.
Don't worry, the knight can't remember anything he's done before breakfast.
I don't remember.
Neither
having
can I.
breakfast.
And you see this elder man with spectacles and a long white beard move forward. And in his hands, he's holding a jar of ashes. I can't remember anything. I sometimes have a hard time thinking of how I got here. But that comes with age.
And how did you? Never mind then.
Old man.
Roderick.
Roderick, charmed.
Yes, you should be.
Oh, this is how that feels.
Also
What's actually the better question is who's in the jar?
Why is that your concern?
I guess it isn't any of my
No,
concern.
it's just not. But I could tell you, it has a great mind in here.
Yeah, it's whatever's in the jar is still thinking.
No. It's quite dead. It's ashes, you see.
I don't know how to talk to you. Tristero! You're good with the... Can you give me a hand? Try talking to this gentleman.
I have learned that sometimes it is better to let bygones be bygones.
Sir.
Who's
Roger.
gone?
Who's gone?
His hearing's gone. Let's move.
And you then see the man with the long golden hair and beard come up to you and goes, "Where are you heading?"
Wherever there's pants.
"If there is glory along this path where you find pants, I shall join you."
I would much appreciate your company. In fact, looking at this man's golden hair, you're almost as handsome as I am.
I'll take that as a compliment. I am Ulrich, and I am unbroken.
It's nice to meet you. I am Caldwyn, musician of low fortune.
But your fortune could turn around.
I hope so. Hope we can find glory and pants.
And then you hear behind you, hitting the rocks with a thud, is a dwarf. The dwarf has this frizzled up beard, deep wrinkles around his eyes, and he starts hitting the stone and he goes, "The dwarves are supposed to root a stone, not be thrown against it." "I'm of Crom, for crying out loud."
We can hear you just fine. Oh, you might want to work in the hole. Sir, you might want to work in this hole. I realize it's filthy rich coming from me, but there's merit to hygiene, or so they tell me.
You worry about hygiene, you're one of the fucking Banished of Harga.
You might as well worry about something.
How are you even alive?
We see, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
I know that.
You
I'm
could
the product of 6 of that.
Whoa. Oh, whoa.
I wish I could have been there.
No, you don't.
I learned something about dwarves today. I sure did.
And a group of people start to kind of
I feel like the women
swarm
are
around
leaving.
you, and you see around you other people start to disperse, go their separate ways. This woman comes up to you, Caldwyn. Very beautiful. Lush features, and long curling hair. And she's actually wearing robes, elegant clothing, which seems to have embroidered gold all throughout it. And she looks at you and gives a sly smile. Oh, it seems both of us have fallen far.
Yes, my dear. However, at least you got to keep your beautiful clothing.
Well, that is because the king favored me.
And who might you be?
Her face sours when you say that. You do not know my name?
I'm sorry, I seem to know, I just know the names of so many women.
Make
No.
a manipulation roll when you say that.
I hear a slap coming.
He knows how to tell
Bad
people
Colby.
I'm so proud of him.
He knows their names, and that's it.
One success and one bane.
Perhaps you do. But only mine is important. I am Astra.
Astra.
You don't know me, do you?
No, the name I've heard. I used to walk among the highest of society.
Then you would have seen me by the king's side.
That does sound familiar. I think I remember meeting you in passing.
You bore me. You, however, I know
Caldwyn
you.
Hallion, boring.
It's okay.
The psychopomp's pet.
Well, when you put it like that, I seem like I'm an object. How would you know me if I'm nothing but an object?
You thought you were more than that? Oh, sweetie. Oof.
Raise my visor and I go, my lady, back away.
She sucks air through her teeth, and suddenly her beautiful nature turns almost snake-like. Her eyes narrow. I wouldn't mess with me, darling.
Right back at you. And I lower my visor again and I just look around a little bit more.
And as they come together, the young woman with Teresa, looks at you and goes, we don't know where to go.
Me neither. But I can at least, it seems I can secure some protection. And I call it Ulrich was the man's name, right? With the
Yeah, that's me.
Ulrich. Could myself and these two, we would be honored to travel with you. You seem like a dependable fellow. To glory and pants and safety.
Glory and pants.
To glory and pants.
Mostly pants for you.
Yeah.
And then you see others. A woman with like a cowl around her head. She goes, may I travel with you as well?
I don't see why not. The more the merrier. I figure in these uncertain times, there's strength in numbers.
I'm Elizabeth.
Charmed. I'm Caldwyn. Caldwyn Hallion.
And Zshimbach calls over a large-looking man. And I will show his art. And he's holding a basket of food. And he waddles over with this big smile on his face and goes, I like birds. Birds pretty.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And he offers you an apple.
I graciously take the apple and I say thank you. And I take a bite.
Zshimbach comes over to you and goes, trauma.
I see.
Pretty bird.
What is your name?
He struggles. And finally, through a long time, he says, Fugus.
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 Well, Fugus, would you like to travel with us? Well, the more the merrier. Welcome aboard.
And soon, the two of you have gone from just a few to about 18 people following you, leading them through this crimson desert. And that is where we're going to cut our scene to our friend Conrad. It's been many days. You've been traveling. Your heels are sore, and your clothing is dirtied. but you do not complain. With you, Conrad, are 6 red runners in their garb, and one leading them. You know her well. For the past month, the 2 of you have fought many battles against the invaders. And now, a mission of dire importance has been laid before you. Yenshara looks to you, a beautiful elven woman, her skin a soft and ebony, and her dark brown eyes glare with intensity, saying, and then she says, we're almost near. The tracks are fresh.
Would you like me to scout ahead?
Yes.
Am I rolling?
Yes, you are.
Oh, God.
You'll be making a scouting roll,
All right,
please.
Colby, I need your eyes.
What does he need? Doesn't matter what color dice you use.
He will need a white dice and I believe a red dice.
One of each.
Base and red.
Scouting, he has 1, and
Scouting has 1, so what's his wits, Marcel?
his
3.
wits is 3.
All right, so 3 white dice, 1 red dice.
Aye.
Look, a real dice roll.
Yeah.
I know, sighting.
Yeah, dude,
Exotic
that's the perks
dice
of
roll.
blindness. Everything's analog.
And you made off the table with 2 Banes on already.
We're doing great, folks.
Yes! Oh, a third Bane. That's showing a third
No,
Bane.
it's 4 Bane. 4 Banes don't count.
Yeah, floor
dude,
banes don't
no,
count.
in the tray, or it goes away.
Got the deck?
I'm so
Did we
happy.
get it?
This is exactly
got
how
it.
we start.
Roll it again.
All right.
Please be a Bane.
Please keep it in the tray.
All right. Dice Christ, I need you to love me.
No.
2 Banes. Total.
Do you wish to push?
No. I sure don't.
So we get our first mishap.
Yay.
New character.
So you are in a dark forest. Let's see what happens. Oh! Something does happen.
Oh.
So, at first you hear a guttural song. Mush, mush, gukul, gukul. And the sounds of drum beating out of rhythm. Then you spot a group of orcs walking in a chaotic procession. Or at least you thought you spot them first, as one of the orcs flings himself on top of you.
Oh, gee, can I make a move roll to get out from under?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You have 2 on move, and your agility is 4.
So 4 white and 2 red.
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
Cool.
Yeah. So 4 white, 2 red.
Okay.
Roll.
All right, a little less aggressively this time.
Ooh.
1 success. Oh, sorry, 2 success, 1 Bane.
Okay, so what happens is as the orc lunges at you, you kick upwards, hitting his sternum, and the orc sprawls to the ground. It then goes to pull a dagger, and you hear the other orc go, no, stop, stop. And as you look up, you see Yenshara with a knife around one of the other orcs. Servants, lay down your arms, she shouts out. The orcs, one of them goes, I am free, and I shall remain free.
We do not wish to take your freedom. We are just passing through.
The orcs look at each other before one of them goes, we were here first. And the Red Runners now will escort you to somewhere nicer, or we will spill your blood upon this land. Brr. Fine. And the orcs start to back away, and one of the orcs goes, know this, little human. We will meet again.
Many people have said that to me, and I've met them, and they have fallen.
No of Gushak. And the orcs leave. Inshara gives you this annoyed look. Conrad, is that the best you can do?
Forgive me, Inshara, I'm under a lot of pressure. I've had quite the couple weeks.
You have said that multiple times. Rise, little human.
A look of consternation at little human crosses my face, and I stand.
She stops and looks back and goes, sorry, old habit.
We are all trying to shed things from our past, it seems.
And then she knocks an arrow, turns, and you do as well. You draw your blade instinctively as you see something move through the tree line. And at this moment, Kelthane, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. You see a figure, tall figure in half plate armor. It's kind of worn. The leather straps are frayed. His hair is gray, and he wears it back, and you can see it's undershaved. There are runes tattooed around his head. His eyes are golden, and he's very pale, much older, not elven, most likely half elven. He wears an elven longsword on his back.
I look at Yanshara. What is kind of the move she's making here?
Who are you?
I could ask the same.
She looks. Do you have your ears?
You can see that he's half elven.
Okay. Elf Spring?
I dislike those terms. Do they matter? My blood is elven. My blood is human.
Well said. And another figure comes out from the foliage. This figure is beautiful, but you cannot tell whether it is male or female. They move with grace, and their golden eyes stare at each one of you with this control. Something inside you yearns for this creature, or whatever it is.
Conrad takes an unconscious step backwards.
Oh, once you get to know me, you'll be taking a step forward, young human.
Half
Can we
step
not
backwards.
do this?
I'm sorry, son.
What'd she say?
They
What did they say? What
yeah.
did they say?
They said, I'm sorry, son.
No bother.
Yanshara, is this your new pet?
Can we not
Excuse
do
me?
that either?
Oh, you make it very difficult sometimes to have fun.
Respect those we meet on the road is always wise.
It is indeed wise. Look at him. He's all grown up.
Have I described my character yet?
No, you have not.
He's hideous.
Yeah.
That would be the time.
I'm they look upon an above average height, around 6'1", lanky and lithe, very like kind of a dancer's physique. He has disheveled hair and beard of dark brown. It looks like it's been cut by him with a dagger. His face is dirty. His beard and hair, they're attempted to be cropped short, but it's all uneven. His eyes are, you could say, severe. He has a pretty severe look in he has emerald green eyes. And he does not know how to handle this situation. I'm 30. Yes, I am grown. I looked at Yanshara like, what's happening?
Marigold. You know my name, Yanshara. And you know mine. Yes, well, I collect information quite a lot. We have already done you a great service. Kelthane, you came across tracks of 8 well-armed red runners. And as you followed them, hunting your prey, you found the remains of the 8 red runners, their bodies torn and strewn about. And one of them was missing their head.
Did a demon do it?
Yes, the demon you hunt.
Your kin are dead. All 8. I could take you to the bodies if you wish.
And how do we know we should trust you?
How should we know if we should trust you? Because there's how many of you? 6? Yes? 2 of us? Why would I have a need to lie about that?
Yes, and I would find it quite boring to lie right now. I have more pressing matters. Yenshara looks to you, Conrad. Go with them.
As you command. I sheathe my sword and I move to Kelthane, correct?
Yes.
I move to his side.
Your name again?
My name is Conrad.
Well met, Conrad.
He holds out his hand for a predator handshake of sorts.
He shakes your hand. You know, Conrad, they send you because you're the most expendable. And I turn to lead him to the bodies.
Conrad shrugs. He's been pretty aware of his expendability for a while.
And when you arrive, the first thing you notice is that one of the corpses is dangling from branches by its entrails. The eyes are rolled over and blood is pooled in the mouth and dripped down to the ground.
She must be enormous that did this.
Indeed. Enormous and almost cat-like.
Is there a blood trail that we could follow?
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that, and Marigold points at the branches.
Oh, we think it's winged.
Indeed.
Huh,
Explains why we've been having such a hard time tracking it.
that would make sense. I do want to get a look.
Perhaps it's none of my business, but what are you looking for?
Oh, it's a demon.
Oh, good.
Well, this is why we came to find you.
Well, if we can kill 8 of them, it didn't make sense for just the 2 of us, you see.
Good logic. Yenshara, this seems like something she would be very interested in dealing with immediately.
Most likely you understand she's only going to send you, right?
I accept fate.
He seems
What
to
else
fit,
can we do?
He seems to fit very well with you.
I think so.
Hmm.
Now, Conrad, will you accompany a fella in these forbidden lands to find this demon?
I would,
Very well,
because
then.
Yenshara has asked me to.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Well, actually, you see, I have some business I must attend to.
Understood.
So you should probably go tell Yenshara the news that Conrad will be joining you and continue the hunt. I will see about what I can do on my end.
Understood. Well, do we tell your commander that you are traveling with me now to find this demon that has murdered your companions? And on the way, you can tell me the story of how a human joined the Red Runners.
It's a tale. It's a tale.
One I'm interested in. So, after you.
Very good. We begin walking. I committed an atrocity, and I lost faith in my king, in my liege, in my vows, and I found myself running through the woods for quite some time, dying of thirst. And while I laid on the ground waiting for the darkness to take me, I came to in a fit seeing one of the Red Runners with his sword to my throat, and I've never been one to try and die laying down. So I fought, and I won, and I passed out again, and when I woke up, Yenshara was taking care of me.
Did you kill the one that put the sword to your throat?
Yes.
And yet, they still took you in.
It was a fair fight.
And the atrocity. I'm curious.
Perhaps another time.
Fair enough. You've been more candid than I expected.
What is your story?
I was born, and I've been here ever since.
Wow,
This is my home. I have no other.
I mean, I'm assuming you're speaking of the whole land is your home.
Ravenland, the Forbidden Land, whatever
Yes.
you wish to call it.
I do appreciate vague stories.
Oh, it's the truth, though. There's nothing more to it. And I find demons. That's what I do.
Is that what drives you?
Call it an intellectual curiosity.
Those are the most likely to get you killed.
Got to die from something. Demons, at least, interesting, yes.
Conrad puts a hand on your shoulder and smiles. Truly, you are correct.
So let's do your Yanshara, and let's be on our way. I have a distaste for the Red Runners, so narrow-minded.
You're not incorrect.
You'll be better off with me, I assure you. Though I have no silver at the moment, and Marigold did not see fit to give me a single coin to my name. So that would be the first order of business, if we can raise some coin. Because demon hunting, you can't do on an empty stomach.
Well, perhaps we can find donations.
Perhaps we can. Well, do what I normally do. Sell my sword.
Well, together, then?
Together, then, Conrad.
And so we go to Yanshara.
All right. And as you come to Yanshara, it seems they've made some preparations for camp. The campfire spot has been laid out. They're sharpening their swords. And one of the Red Runners looks up at you and nods, and Yanshara turns. Conrad?
Yanshara, I have been commanded to journey with this fellow to slay a demon.
Marigold has already informed me of what is going on.
Again, he finds a way to waste our time.
They do.
They do.
Conrad, go.
Conrad looks at Yanshara with, I think consternation is kind of a look that's always on his face. Like he always looks a little constipated. But like, I think in this moment, as he looks at her and turns to go, he has a true look of, a true look of vulnerability for anyone who's looking.
Conrad.
Be careful.
Don't die.
I've had good luck so far.
The Red Wanderer will guide you.
As he will guide you. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Kill that demon.
Hell yes.
And she turns to attend to different matters.
All right then. Let's go find some gold.
Let's start back where the corpses are.
Sounds
Even
good.
if it was flying, if it took someone up in the air, there'll be blood splatter someplace. We'll leave some type of trail. Maybe bits and pieces. We'll go that way.
It's a good plan for me.
He's also going to see if he can sense magic, just intuitively in short range, just to get a sense that maybe the demon is near watching us.
So what I'm going to say is you do sense magic, and how this is going to help you is it's going to give you a +2 to your survival roll to track it.
Okay.
Because there is something magical about this demon. It's not, demons are from another world, but there's not usually that sense. There's something different about the demon.
And so this would be a survival roll, you said.
Yes, it will.
And modifier 2.
Yes, please. Ooh.
Oh, you know we have to push.
Yes, you do have to push. So part of the difficulty that you're having,
He wipes some sweat from his brow.
yeah, and you're also dealing with a flying creature. So the tracks were just the broken branches. But after sensing the magic, it kind of gives you direction. And you need to head southwest. And you also start to see along the treetops the dripping of blood staining the green leaves.
Can I get a sense of how old the blood is?
Mm.
Still fresh? Starting to coagulate?
It's starting to coagulate. It may be a day ahead of you.
Yeah, we're behind it. Which is good. I can't wait to see it, to be honest.
I can.
I can understand your reluctance. We'll continue the pursuit.
Okay, so as you guys continue pursuit, I'm going to ask one of you to lead the way and the other for lookout.
All right. What do you got
Conrad.
stats-wise going on?
Why don't you lead the way? Make it fun.
And into the pit they go.
Yay!
So Marcel, this will be a survival roll for him.
Survival roll for him. All right. Specifically answer survival. Nothing. So just 3 for wits.
All right.
3 white die?
Yeah,
3 white
Three
die.
white
It's
dice.
real fun.
Give me these.
Okay.
That should be all you have. That should be
Yeah,
all
I
you
have
need.
scouting. So that apparently isn't going to help me here. Let's have a fun time.
1 bane.
No successes.
Are you going to push?
Yeah, we'll push.
Okay.
We'll push this one.
So Marcel, can you put aside the Bane? Mark that Cody gains 1 point of willpower.
Okay.
And then Cody, you may re-roll those 2.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I did it again.
All right. Reroll this one.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. 1 bane.
So mark his wits down to 1. He takes another point of damage to his wits and give himself another point of willpower.
Conrad, you look a little frazzled. Are you all right there?
I haven't been in this land very long.
I can tell. And I think we're off the path.
Yes,
A
I get
bit.
to roll a mishap. But at first, can you make a scouting roll, please, for me?
Yes. Nope, everything's fine. We're good. Nope, those are trees. I know
Straight up.
trees.
Yes, please.
It's a desert.
I have a success.
You're not even here.
All right.
What are you?
And this was a lead mishap.
Uh-oh.
So, the reason why you're having such difficulty is you've been walking in circles. You have no idea where you are going, and you have seen the same tree 3 times already. You now need to make a successful survival roll in order to get out of this hex.
Is that
Wait. I pull out of my pack. I have a map.
Okay?
You had a map this whole time.
I wanted to learn a little bit about you, Conrad, your strengths, your weaknesses. It's a habit. I pull out a map and say, here, consult this. We were here, and we traveled here.
Yep, and that's the
Right
tree.
back.
I know that tree. I
Well,
know
right
that
back
tree.
where we started from, so this should be easy to navigate from. And, oh, the moss is on that side, so we can orientate ourselves. Good. Let's go that way.
All right. Do I get like a gear die?
I am saying you are going to get 2 gear dice, and you are going to get 1 skill dice because you are getting help.
Oh,
So that's 2 white and 2 black.
No, he's going to get 1 white, 1 red, 2
Oh.
black, because he has taken 2 points of wits.
oh, that's
damage.
right.
Hang on. Keep those dice you already had in your hand.
Oh, I thought these were two.
I was surgically moving them. 1 red, 1 white, 2 black.
Yes.
All set.
Okay.
Good luck.
You throw it over the table again.
I'll brain you.
Listen, that's rude.
Do it. Throw the dice. I'll catch it.
Sophie, I'll throw them up near you.
Okay.
1 success and a bane.
Okay, that's all you
I
needed.
won't push.
So, after...
Actually, I push.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
If you want to break your wits, you can do that.
Who needs wits anyways?
I did that this morning. Okay?
That's what coffee helps with, right?
It's true.
Yeah. So you finally realize that looking to your location on the map, the right direction to go in, Conrad. And with the help of Kelthane, you move towards the creature, though it's now a little bit further ahead of you.
I just, every now and then as we walk, I just look at Kelthane like you had a map. And then I look forward and I look back. Then I look forward and I look back.
Prized possession, a map. Very hard to come by. I got it from a dwarf who had a dirigible. No lie. And through that dirigible, he was able to map most of the Ravenland. Cost me a pretty penny. One of the reasons I'm broke,
Truly, I'm grateful you have one.
I suppose. But
Because I thought that tree was a different tree 4 times. Since every time you come to it, there's a branch pointing in a different direction. It's a lot. Don't
it
look
can
at me
get
like that.
complicated here, can it? But you'll be better at this, trust me. Once you start to know the woods a little bit, and the land, Ravenland is beautiful. Dangerous, but beautiful.
You know, I'll tell you, you're a lot more supportive than your kin. They just kind of let me run behind them for 2 weeks.
They don't consider me kin either.
Well, it's good to have friends then, at least.
All you can have here. And hopefully they don't stab you in the back.
I prefer not to stab, if possible.
Yes. This way. I wonder what it looks like. Marigold said it was cat-like. I don't know if he was describing the fact that it might be up in the tree like a leopard, or if it is truly a feline type of demon. Demons can come in all sorts, different sizes, many eyes, no eyes.
It's good.
Cat-like, human-like, elf-like.
It's good. A flying cat demon that can pin you to a tree. I love it. This gets better every time.
It killed 8 of their kin, so it is quite dangerous. Good chance we won't survive it.
I've had worse odds.
But still worth seeing, isn't it? Don't you want to see it?
I think you want to see it.
I do.
All right. Then that's one of us. I'm having fun, though. You know, we're out here in the woods. We're just roughing it.
We still have some daylight. Then we'll need to probably see you. Do you have food? Conrad, do you have food and water?
He should on his character
You
sheet.
do food and one.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some.
Okay. We'll travel for another quarter day and then we'll make camp.
Sounds good. All right. Do you want me to lead the way again?
Yes, please.
Oh, no.
Unless you are taking over.
Would you like me? You seem a little bit tired.
I would appreciate that.
All right, I will lead the way. I do have a map.
Okay.
And what would you like me to roll?
I would like you to roll a survival roll, and Cody, I would like you to roll a scouting roll, please.
Do I get any modifiers?
The
Two,
map should
right?
give you a +2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
One and one.
1 and 1. Yep.
This is gonna be great. Super great.
I
Hey,
have
Kelthane, you were successful.
2
can
successes.
do it.
A Bane.
And no successes.
I'm gonna just. I'm gonna not.
So, Kelthane, let me see if there is an event as you move through the Forbidden Lands.
None of you.
So, having a wonderful time over there, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh.
an 11.
Okay.
Me Hannah's character.
So, as you guys move and it starts to turn to dusk, you see a group of people. They're wearing these ragged clothings, worn walking sticks, and one of them is lost a leg from the knee down and now has a peg leg. And they look over to you and go, "Alms, alms for the poor."
I have no coin, not a single copper to my name.
I don't believe I have any coin either, do I?
Oh, our village was burnt down.
By who?
Men from Alderland.
You sure they were men from Alderland? They weren't Rush brothers, were they?
No, men from Alderland. No, the Rust brothers have killed some of us. They move in patrols around Harga. But
Yeah, on this map, show me where your village is.
let me activate the map for you. So
Who do I
you
have?
guys, I'm going to kind of show you. You are right. Sorry. You are right here.
Okay.
All right. And they point all the way up here.
Okay. Alderland is that far.
They're basically pointing north.
Were they Alderlanders of our Ravenlands, or were they from over the wall?
Over the wall. They bore a serpent. They,
Worm.
yes, they, a poor village.
Why did they burn it?
We don't know.
They said nothing.
Oh, Hillfast was just a quiet farming village.
Listen, I can give you no alms. I have no coin to spare, but I can give you some advice. Do not follow the path we are taking. There is a demon this way. Go behind us.
A demon. A woman looks up. So that was that black cloud I saw.
Black cloud?
It blocked out the sun. Wings like bats.
Where did you see it?
She points, and she points in the direction over here, which is to the west.
You sure?
Yes. At first, it looked like just a stray cloud, and then as it came closer, it had features, a face with horns and carnivorous teeth. It swooped over us carrying something.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. All I can give you is advice. This way is safe. This way is not.
Okay. And you see one of them goes, just our luck. First, Alderlanders banning our village, and now demons in the skies. Oh,
Are you from Hillfast?
yes.
I take 2 silver and I put it in his hand and curl his hand around it.
Bless you, sir.
Do what you can with this. Do listen to my friend here. He knows what he speaks. Please be safe, and I am sorry for what happened to your village.
He gives you a big hug.
He's probably taking the rest of your money.
Kelthane, if you're looking at Conrad, he is crying right now.
And then he lets go of you. You still have the coins in your purse. And the beggars move far away from the direction that you were going. And that is all that you find. And is there anything else the either of you want to do before we switch the scene?
We'll make camp. Let's rest.
Okay.
Let's find a spot.
To make camp, I will need someone to make a survival roll.
Mm-mm.
I know just the guy.
No.
You're already scarred? We just started.
Okay.
I'm gonna break my
Now look
cranium.
at that. I got 2 successes.
Yeah, you're fine. You find a nice suited spot to make camp, and it's out of the way of being easily seen. And that's difficult in the plains.
Right.
Let's see what I would have hypothetically rolled.
There's still no successes.
Yeah.
It's a shame we don't have a bard or a minstrel. I like a song right now. Oh well.
My mother taught me some songs.
Oh no. Oh no.
And she taught me this one about a drunk sailor who went to all the brothels. My father was very displeased.
I don't even have wine to offer, but I do have water,
I believe I have a little bit of food.
as do I. We'll need to forage, I think, on the morrow.
Conrad nods and then just kind of looks at the dirt
You
like
take
it might
the-
save him from himself.
You take the first rest. I'll take first watch.
Thank
I'll
you.
wake you for shift.
Conrad nods and just lays down. No bedroll, just on the dirt.
Okay. And with that, as night falls over the Ravenlands and the sounds of crickets and other wildlife overtake the plains, we are going to cut to these forbidden ruins where a certain goblin has caught wind of a very powerful and shiny stone. Sophia, would you like to describe your character?
All right. She has the first thing you'll notice about her is not her, but a giant bag the size of her on her back. And it is full of everything and nothing all at the same time. There's pots, there's pans, there's anything shiny, there's grass, there's anything she can find in that bag. She has really messy black coily hair that goes all the way down her back. She's very thin but muscular. She has to carry that bag all the days, so she's got pretty good back muscles at this point. Her clothes are pretty much hanging off her body, but very practical. Green tunic, brown pants, a belt tightened to the point where she had to poke new holes in it just for it to keep her pants up. She has combs in her hair full of ribbons, tattoos of the moon on her hand, and a different phase of the crescent moon on each fingertip.
Ooh.
And she's got some jewelry that's just kind of hodgepodge put together. If it looks kind of pretty, she put it on her body.
You are in these ruins. Fallen pillars lie scattered about, cobwebs in every corner, and a thick layer of dust that's only been disturbed by heavy footprints. And you have run into a few who have made these footprints. They don these black winged cloaks and have masks of raven bones. But they have been no trouble for you. As you slink through the shadows behind the rubble, you have made your way into the grand chamber, where these 2 old stone doors are being guarded by 2 of these men. You see their raven skulled masks looking around, their eyes just peering through. And one of the men sneezes, and the other goes, "Stop it. You're giving me the jumps." It's like, I can't control when I sneeze. Just keep your eyes out. Battlelord gave us direct orders that we can't leave our posts or sneeze. He's really on edge. Yes, but I don't think those were the orders. No, I'm pretty sure those were the orders. No, those weren't the orders. They were to guard the doors. No one's to enter. He looks down. Oh, I have the wrong drink. Oh, you could get caught drinking in Garden. Yeah, I know. Do you want some? Yes. He just starts drinking, hands it back. They are now drinking.
Yes. Oh, good. Okay. I start to try to. Is there like a rafter area, a place to go up?
Yes, so there's a small little crevice that you could either fling yourself on and climb to the sides, or like shimmy across the walls, or if you really wanted to get kind of fancy, along some of the fallen pillars, they're slanted. You could try running up the broken pillars over them.
All right. I'm going to have my grappling hook in one hand, and I'm going to go up the slanted pillars, try to get to a point in the roof where I can hook it and drop down behind them to get the pretty rock.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask for you to do is make a move roll, and when you get to your gear dice, Sophia,
Yes.
you may get a modifier of a +2.
Okay. Let's see.
You didn't give yourself the gear dice, but you are still successful.
One success. No.
So, do you want to roll the 2 gear dice separately?
Sure. I don't.
So at the bottom, you'll see the little block, Sophia.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Do I just add +2, or
Yeah.
do I just click off the grappling hook?
Yeah, just click the grappling hook.
Okay. Thank you. Whee. I don't know if I did that right.
Yeah, you had got an extra success.
Okay.
So you swing the grappling hook over them. They're too busy drinking and talking to really notice what's going on. And it catches something. You pull it tight. It's now ready. And you're going to swing and drop behind them.
I'm going to Mission Impossible style, like holding it. I'm going to take off my shoes and put them in my bag, drop down, grab the rock with my goblin toes, and then pull myself up.
Okay, and you do that. And the bag, which should be dumping all your stuff, is still holding it. In fact, you actually see a whole pot hang out on the side of the bag, and you continue to move until finally you get behind the 2 guards. One of the guards goes, "Where'd you get this?" "Oh, there was just like something we picked up from some of those human, what were they? They were like vagabonds? I don't know. What is this? This is potent stuff. I think the dwarves made it." All right.
I am like holding my breath currently to like not make any noise. And I'm taking my toes and I'm grabbing that rock and I'm just gonna climb back up with the rock held securely in my feet.
Okay. I'm going to actually ask you to make a might roll because you were carrying
Have
the rock.
strong toes.
Yeah. What a way to say toes like over again.
Muscular toes.
Like it's the way she's like hitting toes.
Indeed, you do have strong toes.
Yes, I
That
do.
is a success. So you clamber up with the rock in your goblin toes. And as you do, from the shadows, you see a very familiar face. Mom, would you like to describe your character?
I'm about 3 feet, 5 inches tall, long, braided golden red hair, half up, half down, She has very intricate ribbons threaded throughout her hair, and she wears golden swirling patterns of woven threads in her hair as well. She has clothing on that's usually made out of patchworks of silks, different colors that she's made like into a skirt, and she has a vest over it. And she's peeking there, studying her sister, watching her, because she got out of my sight again. And I just found out where she is. I am not a goblin, though. I am a halfling.
Okay. And I need you to make a stealth roll.
Me?
Yes.
God, no. She's holding that one.
You know what's going on.
I followed you.
Oh, God, she's not stealthy at all.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
Oh,
indeed.
God.
Do you wish to push?
Yeah, I'll push.
Oh, no.
It's like, don't come in while I'm doing toe stuff.
Okay, so here's what happens. Adrana, you watch as your sister, Awaata, starts kind of stumbling into rocks, kicking things. At one point, she crashes into a priceless artifact, and it shatters against something. And when they look up, they squint, and she ducks behind a pillar, acting like a statue. Oh, was that there before? Yeah. Oh. It's very no, it's fine. Where's the rest? What do you mean, where's the rest? You drank it all. Where's the rest? It's back at camp. No, there should be more. No, it's back at camp. Dude, I already took the risk. There's more. Again? It's dusty!
When he sneezes, I kind of help hoist her up.
Well, I'm all the way up on the ceiling.
Clinging with her toes.
Like, give it to
Have I made it up yet?
Yes.
All right, I am putting my rock securely in my bag, got my shoes back on, and I give her a dirty look, and I try, is there like a way out from where I am, or do I have to?
So there's the two grand doors, but you're now on that very thin ledge.
Mhm.
There is a little hole for you to sneak through where some of the wall has fallen away from the roof.
I am gonna glare at her, do this, and then I'm gonna go to the hole.
Okay. I think she means come with me, so I'm climbing up.
Okay. So now what I would need you to do is make a stealth roll.
No,
Anything but that.
she's so stupid.
She succeeds. So what happens
I
is,
love you.
as you kind of sway, the one of the guards kind of looks up and just is swaying with it and goes, looks back down, but you manage to stay with the shadows as you sway, so the moonlight trickling into the elven temple does not catch your hair, and you manage to get up and follow her.
Because you're here. Yes. I'm right here. Can't you see?
I get out the hole.
I follow her.
Did you smell something? What do you mean? Like, smells like goblin. That's you. Oh.
Ooh.
I have good hygiene.
Do you hear
All
that?
right. So
Must have been the wind.
as you crawl through this small, narrow passage, you then see the other side, and this large circular room that has hieroglyphs of elves with their hands up towards the sky. And you then see the shattered dome of stained glass with depictions of the stars, and one red, but the other is blue. And it's very interesting to see the moonlight pierce through them, and the light stains the worn stone floors before you come to this altar of stone, and then the center being held up, which seems to be these elves like hoisting it, kind of like Atlas hoists the world. 4 elves along this pedestal hoist this milky white stone.
Another rock.
My turn.
No.
Yes.
I grab it. I get it.
So this will be a contest to see who grabs it. I would like both of you to make I'm going to say might roll because you guys are trying to joust for it.
My
All right, yeah. Screw the rest of us. Honestly, these two. This is what I want. This is
So both of you failed. Do any of you want to
I'm
push?
pushing. That's my rock.
Is this
Sorry,
me?
that's a Bane.
Yes.
And okay, so Awaata. All right,
I get the
Awaata.
rock.
Did she?
Yes.
Yeah, I win.
So
Oh.
Adrana, what
Full of
happens
muscle.
is you guys are like, wow, like going back and forth, wrestling the rock before finally you pull the rock from your sister. Adrana, you're holding the rock victorious. Awaata, you hit the stone floor hard.
Oh, I intentionally have my feet hit the altar so it flings her.
Oh, so you're going to like try to push her?
No, like my ass hits the edge as I'm going down, so it flings her.
Like seesaw style.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Like I'm gonna teeter totter
I
her.
got
Alright,
judo. for
make a might roll, please.
They're gonna kill themselves.
This is incredible.
So,
Two dice.
Adrana, I need you to also make a might roll.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
So Awaata, as you fling her,
Nice.
you hit the ground hard, and the stone rolls. And now I need both of you to make stealth rolls with a -2.
Oh,
This
We're
like
here.
isn't that much different than real life.
So minus
What,
2.
two siblings
Yep.
fighting on the seesaw?
Is that what I put
Yeah,
as a
you know, mother,
modifier?
daughter,
That is
or
modifier.
sisters. It doesn't seem like the dynamic changes.
All right, so Adrana,
I can't remember who I am.
let's see. You had negative dice. Awaata, you pushed and succeeded.
No,
Adrana, do you wish to push?
Kicking their own asses.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fortunately, you have -1 because both of your negative dice came up as success. So
Congratulations.
here's what happens. As you two are trying to stealthily fight, you can't take it anymore, Adrana, and you get really, really angry. And your voice raises pretty loud.
This was my quest!
Yeah, you got the toe
No! No, no! These are my rocks! These are for Migwit!
What's a Migwit?
You don't even know Migwit what? You ungrateful, liver-bellied toad!
And as you say that,
Why'd
the
you
doors
have it?
fly open.
Oh,
And
toes!
one of the drunken guards, they got in, and falls over the steps.
I
And the
grab
other
the
one
rock.
like takes a spear and goes, "Ugh," and drunkenly throws it at you.
I kick the top of the altar to deflect.
Okay, so when I'm going to
Get my
roll,
rock and I'm going.
um,
My rock.
is because they are drunk, they are slower.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Awaata, I would like you to try and make a move roll to kick the stone plate towards the spear.
How hurt are you guys right now?
She,
I don't
she
know.
beat
Their
me up.
strengths are pretty beat up. After those
I don't
nights,
like her.
yeah.
No success on the move.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
Awaata, you kind of just fling yourself towards the spear.
Yes! yes!
So here comes the spear.
I got a stick! Oh!
It's my first roll.
Impalement.
Oh.
Luckily
Oh!
for you, not a single success. The spear goes over your head as he was aiming for someone more human-sized. And it clatters against the wall. And one goes, should we sound the alarm? No, what are you saying?
No, let's go. And we got a spear.
I got the rock.
Okay,
Okay,
I got the rock.
I got a
So-
spear.
so one of them starts like screaming and pounding his shield. He goes, alarm! Intruders! They have the magic rock! That was a name, right?
No.
All right, so I need both of you to make endurance rolls as you try to outrun the pursuing
Thanks
guards.
for taking my strength.
Awaata is fine. Adrana, you are having trouble.
Let me carry the rock for you. No. You'll move
So-
faster.
Adrana, here's the
promise
reason
to
why
give
you're
it
having
back.
trouble. It is almost midnight.
But I put the other rock in my back.
This
You
is like
did,
straight out
and
of the
it's
D&D
still
cartoon.
trying
Yeah.
to process that you put
Oh.
something in the bag.
Please,
And
not
it's
now.
still heavy.
Not
And you start
now.
to see the bag rumble.
No!
It's gonna blow. Give me the other fucking rock.
No, put the rock in the bag! Put the rock in the bag! Put it in my bag! No!
She grabs it and shoves it down her shirt.
No, she does not grab it from me.
Are you gonna?
So
I think there's only one way to figure this out.
the two of you begin to grapple the rock again, and this time leading a man with a whole skull with like this demonic raven
Yep, time to go.
with teeth points at them and goes, "Kill him."
I'm running.
Did you say a demonic raven with teeth?
He did. It's very ugly.
No.
Right. I help her carry the rock and we
No,
run fighting
I'm
with it.
grappling onto the ceiling away from her.
But you can't spider, they'll kill you. Come on.
No, I'm gonna like freaking Indiana Jones it.
Okay,
Like,
so
I'm
I'm going
trying
to
to
rule
push
this
ahead.
as a move roll.
Okay.
You're getting no bonus to gear dice because you
Okay.
were trying to swing with the heavy pack now.
Okay.
So that gear dice is going to negate.
So don't check off the
Nice.
grappling hook.
Don't check up the graphic.
All right.
Are you carrying your sister?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to take the rock from her and
Oh,
shove
yeah.
it down my shirt so I can run with it.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to make a might roll to hold on to your sister as you're trying to grapple for the rock as she's swinging. So Adrana, go ahead. Awaata succeeds, and Adrana. So Adrana, here's what happens.
Can I use my pride?
Get off of me.
No, you succeeded.
Oh, okay.
You
So-
ruined
well,
everything.
you could use your pride.
I do
but
not. I make it better.
You succeeded. Okay. So what happens is, Adrana, you swing and you're holding up not only your own weight, but your sister's weight, who's just holding onto your leg as you swing. And these men try to swing at you with their swords and axes, and it just barely misses your
Twirl,
goblin
damn it.
feet. And you
My
swing
legs are
out
going.
into the entranceway where the two of you kind of stumble down the stairs, and all these guards look up from their dinner, and one of them was in mid-drink as it starts to trickle down.
That
This-
looks tasty.
Go
uh,
seduce
chin.
him. I'm gonna go.
The acrobats in the dungeon.
I'm not seducing him. He's drooling.
Over you. And I run.
Okay.
Mine!
So you remember you had a boat nearby,
Oh, we had a boat. Let's go.
and you were running towards that, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm not booking it. If she falls
so I
behind, she
need
falls
both of you
behind.
to make endurance rolls, and these guys are going to only have 2 dice as they try to chase after you.
Yeah, well, you took my strength away.
This is
from
so
me.
fun.
All you had to do was cooperate.
Yeah, they only need the 2 dice.
Okay, so both of
made
you
it.
succeed,
What?
and the guards failed. So what happens is, as you two are still jostling over the magic stone, you kind of bump into people as they try to grapple you to the ground.
I take one of her pans and start beating people as I'm going.
Don't touch my bag!
And as you
It's
do,
already dented.
one of the guards goes, "They're orange!" One tries to take a sword, and you parry with the pan, and the sword goes flying through his hands. You continue to move through the crowd until finally you see the boat in sight.
Let's go.
All right, I make it onto my boat. I'm going.
I get on her boat and I use the pan to paddle.
Okay, which direction are you paddling?
Oh,
Oh no.
away.
Okay.
North by south.
The best direction.
So, are you paddling the same direction together or opposite directions?
I pull an oar
Turnpike.
out of my bag
Okay.
and I start paddling with her.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't
So
fight.
now you start moving down,
Like we don't fight in with the rowing, but
And you
we're
hear-
fighting in the boat.
and
I
you
have
see
the stone.
That's fine. I'm going
the
to take it later.
demonic masked man with a long black cloak take an axe and whoosh, throw it at your boat.
I hit it with a pan.
So
We both deflected.
Teamwork makes it
he's
dream
going to
work.
make a might roll, and he's going to have a -3 modifier to it.
Oh, someone's about to get
Can we
housed.
deflect it with your bag?
And look at that.
Don't touch my
Wow,
bag.
So-
no successes.
Exactly what happens.
0 successes.
Whether it was by accident or on purpose, you raise your pan, and as you go to argue,
Can I catch it
an
with the pan?
axe goes straight into the pan, and the blade just missed your
Look how
head.
pretty. It's mine. It makes it even.
Archers!
No! Stuck in the bag.
A volley of arrows rains down with deadly precision.
Move your ass so it
But
protects
luckily
us.
for you, your backpack.
Oh my god, my bag!
It's fine. I'll sell it later. It's okay.
you can
It's all right.
You continue to move.
I love you.
Two
I know.
sisters and not a
I know, but
seamstress
I love you
between
for
them.
me.
It's horrible.
You know you can paddle faster.
That's the tagline for the
Put your
stream.
back into it.
I'm gonna put your back in the ocean.
No,
Yes.
it's a lake.
Your clothes are so heavy, you'll sink fast.
No, they're not. It's silk. Silk is not heavy.
An arrow whizzes by your head.
Do it like you.
You do too.
Where are we going?
Look, they got a fish for us. Here. Okay, I'll put it in later.
As they're rowing the boat.
And as you guys continue to row, I'm going to say one of you make a might roll with a +1 skill die.
Should that be me or you?
I think you took most of my strength, though.
That's your fault. You should share.
You should share.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Like 3 dice.
I love my sister.
Awaata,
Failing
you are
upwards.
paddling furiously.
You know, it'd be more helpful instead of pulling out the arrows of your smelly bag. You could paddle.
This bag was a gift from Migwit.
Yes, I understand you're dating a nitwit. Come on.
Whoa.
He's not dating me. He's my grandfather. He's your grandpa Migwit.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would have been really gross, wouldn't it?
I hate you.
No, you don't. You love me.
What
And I
about
love
your
you.
friends?
That's why I saved you. I saved you and the rock.
Everything to go wrong.
Nothing went wrong and we got weapons. Look, see?
Some real
I'll give you
ritual
some of the
feeding.
arrows. Look,
The thundering
I
of
take the
hooves
arrows.
see?
echoes.
Happiness. Now I get a rock and you get a rock. I'll shove it in my bosom and you'll never find it.
I'll dig for it.
That'd be really rude.
My rock.
My bosom.
And
Family goals. Family goals.
Beautiful improv.
Is it
Beautiful.
daytime or nighttime?
it's
For
midnight.
you, it's night.
Look at the moon. We look like twins in the moonlight.
I pray to the moon goddess to make her fall off the boat.
No, she likes both of us. We were born under the same full moon.
I've been praying hard.
Isn't that lovely? You're so devoted.
Does the
And-
goddess hear me?
Not the goddess, but you do see riders on the riverbank chasing down your boat. Though you succeeded, they're having trouble. And some of them have arrows and they knock and loose.
I'm going to scout and see if I can find some kind of cave to sail through.
Okay, I will have you make a scouting roll. You are a halfling, so this is at a -2.
I'm gonna
Oh,
make a
I have to
scouting
re-roll.
roll because it's
Nighttime.
nighttime and I can see in the dark.
Yes,
I
you
can too.
because you're a goblin. So, Awaata, you don't see anything.
Oh, well, I didn't do the negative
All
two,
right.
so I re-rolled.
The goblin.
Yeah, you don't see anything, Awaata.
I'm
Now,
going to
Let's
push.
see what I see.
Oh, look, it's over there.
Yeah, you outsee the nocturnal
You see
goblin.
where the dead moose is? Underneath that, there's a cave. Let's go there.
I have a migraine.
That's okay. You can bring it with you. Come on.
It's true, they're portable.
I knew your characters were going to make me laugh, but this is harder than I thought. So you continue to move down the river and you veer off into this section where you think you can get into the cave. And as that is happening, you then see on the cliff top a robed figure raise their hands in the air.
Not
Oh, they're
good.
welcoming us.
No, not good.
And it goes, Zshimbach.
No,
And part of
Adrana.
the mountain itself closes in front of you. I do have to roll to see if there's a magic mishap.
Yes.
Oh, I hope so.
No, it empowers. So here's what happens. The earth itself, the mountain, shifts and causes the water to rise, and your whole ship gets flung into another section of the river.
Oh, can we try and actually paddle our way over this giant wave to get away faster?
I don't think that's how physics work.
No.
Well, isn't it a tsunami?
No.
It's not. It's just kind of like because part of the mountain fell into the river at such a big force, it's like the rapid waves have risen.
All right,
So I would say you could try to make a.
because if we try to slam down, wouldn't that push us forward?
I would say if you make a move roll, you're
Okay.
able to guide your ship to safety without it crashing into the rocks.
All right, she yells, "Move your tuchus over here!"
Do we both make it?
Oh, and he also did roll a 1, so that is a magical mishap.
Cool.
So,
All right.
Awaata, you have a failure.
Yeah, I was going to push again, but I wanted to hear what the mishap was.
I'll move as well.
Okay.
Nothing.
He loses control of the
Raggy.
power and is overwhelmed by the power of his own magic and starts to feel like he is God. And he
can I
starts
use my
to
pride?
yell out, "No one is as great as a sorcerer, as Zshimbach."
I'm going to use my pride. I'm the better sister. And I'm gonna get out of the
All right,
way.
please roll pride.
How do I do that again?
Pride.
You click on pride.
Where?
It is on your bio section, I believe.
Oh, thank you. Because I'm like, I don't see it. I don't remember.
You failed your pride.
No,
You
you're
lose
not.
your pride.
You're not better than me.
Yeah.
No, I guess we're equals
You got
now.
humbled real quick, buddy.
Yeah, well,
All right.
it sometimes happens.
So the power goes out of control, and you see as the riders trying to move closer, their horses rear up in fear, and one of the riders goes, "We can't continue! The rocks!" One of them gets crushed under a falling boulder. Blood splatters against the ground, and some of it on your clothing.
You got some up your nose.
I know.
Okay. I yell up to the guy who thinks he's a god. They're trying to take your power. Look at them on their noble steeds. They're trying to kill you. We're the distraction. Go get them.
I'm still trying to leave.
All right,
Yes.
make a manipulation roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this is a -2.
Hold on. I had to close my thing to
because he is in service to them.
manipulation. It's right in front of me. Fabulous. And at -2.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Mhm.
And you succeed. And the sorcerer turns. She is right. You're mere ants to me. And he's going to cast another spell.
Quick, Pearl! Faster!
Why
That's
is it
seven
like her?
choices.
I love you.
Brave decisions.
Any ones? Yes, this is a magical
Almost a choice
mishap.
and decision
Oh,
the same.
God. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Maybe he'll kill it.
Oh, the spell backfires. So what happens as he goes, I shall rain hell down upon you. He rains all these rocks he summoned from the air upon himself. And you watch as
That
the
was very
sorcerer
considerate of him.
squishes himself, and all you hear is, I am zip.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
let's
what
go.
can happen?
Faster!
Oh no.
Yeah, you
Look,
rolled
I caught a rock from
62
that.
on the
Paid to
mystery
be
It's
a
lucky.
I'm glad I
And
know.
it was 7
your rock,
dice.
I got mine.
I got another one. We have twin rocks.
Yeah, you
we
got
have
those
twin
rocks. I'll
rocks.
take my
Maybe the
rocks.
necklaces are
I'm
going to
gonna
be fun.
hit you.
No, just paddle. Put your pot into it.
And we will cut as you guys paddle down the river hysterically and chaotically.
Hey, you know
To-
I'm going to get that rock out of your bag.
Caldwyn and Tristero. You guys are around your camp. Night has fallen, and the harsh cold of Harga now bites at you.
I wish I had pants.
We're on a quest for that, Ulrich replies.
Move closer to the fire. It'll warm you up.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm probably dangerously close to this fire because it's cold in the desert at night. When you are lacking more than rags, lacking pants.
You see Fugus come over. Bird?
Is that a hug he's offering? Bring it in.
And he hugs you tightly, and you do feel warm.
I see. I feel warm and fuzzy. I like Fugus.
Roderick goes, the ashes, they remind me of someone.
Now, Roger, I pull away from Fugus, pat him on the shoulder. Thank you. Roderick, would the ashes remind you of the person who's also in the jar you're carrying?
No. Wow. I don't know why you think that would be.
You're right. I'm I seem to have taken leave of my senses.
That's what happens when you don't have pants.
I'm
sleepy now. And he kind of holds the ash jar tightly to his chest.
Tristero,
Yes.
what do you think our odds are? I say this at a volume that not everyone can hear. What are the odds of all of us surviving tonight?
One of us may not make it through the night.
It's a damn shame about Roderick.
Don't get any ideas, or it'll be you who won't make it through the night. It'd be a real shame if the fire went out.
It would. How else would people see my beautiful face?
I don't like being in between.
Here's the sad thing.
It's getting hot.
You know, you saw the priesthood were sending off properly. Now we're having a people's crusade. Half of these people cannot fight. A good half of that half are infirmed. And we're supposed to feed and bed them all, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Then you better get on that. Look, strength in numbers. Any dim-witted predator that would look at our group would see, at the very least, 19, 18, it would see 17 worthy souls and Roderick.
Do you know what's what could be in these lands?
Ravens, I imagine.
All right, that is one of many creatures that could be in these lands. Right now, our party is a prime target for any predator. I kind of do not like being here. We're still in the desert, right? We haven't.
You're still in Harga. You've done a day's journey into the desert.
We are in the desert, undersupplied for the amount of people we have, underarmed. We are nothing more than easy pickings for any predator. We need to get out of here as soon as possible.
Then would you propose a forced march through the night? You said it yourself. These people they're infirm. They're civilians.
Do I have a map of these lands, or was I just sent off? Like, go forth.
So the problem is you would not have a map because it is considered the Forbidden Lands. Anyone sentenced to this land does not come back. So they don't actually have really any updated layout. The map that was given to you is the Iron Lock, and the rest is empty for you to fill.
So does news go one way for the most part, like into the Forbidden Lands, but nothing comes out, really?
Not really.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll get news of this adventurer that made it back, or someone who claims to be. But usually you get a lot of frauds who say they have been back and don't actually know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay.
We can. I assume you have no food or water on yourself.
I seem to have left it in my other loincloth.
I see. Right.
Gross.
I attempted to do a forced march, not tonight or tomorrow, but maybe on the third night we must force march, if we are still in the desert.
Yes.
At that point, it's too risky, and anything that could be hunting us will easily find our tracks from the past 2 days. And also, if we run out of food or water in the desert, we either push forward or we die slowly. That is what I am thinking. Now, if by Worm's grace we are blessed with some sort of supplies or some sort of thing that we can eat, I will change my mind. But that is the plan for now.
Is there is this like open, like when you say desert, are we talking like open, barren, like Sahara style desert, or like there's like rocky outcrops like the Mojave kind of thing?
It's not like the Sahara. We're talking more like Mojave. You're looking more at the dirt itself is stained crimson, and then it's like more rocky patches, broken up soil.
Badlands.
Badlands.
Okay.
Yeah. You're looking more at the Badlands. You actually even see some vegetation that is just withered and burnt. And actually in the distance, you can see a section of the forest that is just charred. It's the ghost of the wood, as some of the people around the camp have started to call it.
Is there a place, is there enough, because the wind is cold in the desert, and being wide out in the open is probably not a great idea. In the rocks and the crags and the is there a spot that could be cover, a cave, or at least like outcropping for the sickest and the weakest of us to hide out?
There might be, but you have to move through the night, and none of you are able to see without a torch.
Something of which I do not have. Unless I take a stick from the fire.
Yeah, we can take a stick from the fire.
Excuse me. Elizabeth approaches you,
Elizabeth.
and she holds out pants.
Yes!
It took some time, but I have some skills, and your song was very beautiful.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
owe you a great debt. And I slip on the pants.
The fairest trade, a song for pants.
If you get us out of this, I think the debt
Isn't
would
that
be
how it normally
considered.
works?
No.
I will do my best. Feels good to have pants again.
It makes me more comfortable too.
I'm not even there and I'm more comfortable.
So, so we can't see past our own noses out here tonight.
No.
I think we should at least set up watches.
Double watch.
Double
2
watch.
people on every set. Only the ones who are armed with actual weapons will take watch.
Zark raises his hand and goes, I don't sleep unless it's in my bed.
You can take first watch then, as well as the second, third, and fourth watch if you're interested.
Okay, maybe I do sleep once in a while.
Which-
I'll take first.
All right, double watch. Someone's going to watch with you. Anyone else here have a weapon who could watch for a bit?
Zoibin raises his hand.
Zoibin, you take first watch with him. I'll take second watch and maybe even third watch if you two are still exhausted by then.
You see Andrea look at you and goes, no, I'll take second watch.
Okay, who's going to watch with you then?
Teresa, the 10-year-old girl, goes, I can do it.
No.
Why?
I admire your bravery, little one, but what's your bedtime?
I don't have one.
Really?
No.
I look to the one who I assume is like the older sister. Is this true?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Oh dear.
Well, new rule. Your bedtime is a while ago.
Why are you looking at your wrist?
Great point.
Well, he broke immersion. Restart the whole damn
So I had a
It wasn't
So I
me
had
this time.
freckle.
Starting to grow. Is it a freckle?
You're weird. Is that why they banished you?
Yes.
Yes. You know why they banished me? Because I didn't obey my bedtime.
Bullshit. Andrea looks at her little sister. Teresa, you say it all the time.
Anyone else that you feel comfortable taking second watch with?
Fugus goes, bird?
Fugus, do you have a weapon?
Pretty?
We appreciate the enthusiasm, Fugus, but we'd like you to be armed before facing the dangers of the night.
Mosley looks at you, both of you. I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Caldwyn, you and me on third watch.
Well, I don't have a weapon other than my razor-sharp wit.
I'll give you a weapon when it's your turn to watch.
That, fine, works for me.
All right, and we're going to skip the first 2 watches.
Oh, good.
Mosley wakes you up and goes, get over there.
Already?
Cauldron.
5 more
minutes, mother. Spear or blade?
I'll take a blade. I did my fair share of stage fighting.
I look, then I go, I'm going to need that blade, actually, and I toss you a short spear. Sorry, in case the first weapon breaks, I need the second one.
Well, I once played a spearman.
How'd you do?
I left the crowd in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
At this point, I would like one of you to make a scouting roll with a -2.
How are you looking on that?
I am looking like I couldn't scout my way out of a brown paper bag.
What's your wits?
Very sharp. 3.
3. All right, either you or me.
I've got a scouting of nada.
Same.
I'll roll. I'm a pretty
All right.
perceptive fella.
You got it? Okay.
So am I rolling? So just rolling click the scouting thing?
Yes, please. And you will take a -2 to the modifier.
How about a bane and no successes? Will that do anything for me?
No. Do you wish to push?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't forget that -2.
You still don't succeed. And you know why?
Because
Because you hear a sweet voice around the camp. It's Shara. And she's humming a beautiful lullaby to help Teresa sleep. And that lullaby is so calming, relaxing.
Hey! Hey! Wake up!
What?
You're about to fall asleep.
It's nighttime. It's when you sleep.
Oh God.
I should have picked someone else. I should have picked Bird. I should have picked Bird.
Bird?
How interesting.
That's pretty. That's actually incredible.
Here.
Oh, I know this one.
That's not how it goes. It's no, no, no. And you hear this going as these orcs are like, damn red runners. Hey, look. A group of humans. Fuckers.
Oi, hold.
Oh, I need this like I need a dose of the
Hold.
rot.
Relax your weapons.
Invaders.
We are not here to invade.
Slavers.
We are not here to slave. We are as in bad shape as you are.
Probably worse.
Probably worse.
That's a strong negotiation tactic.
I am Zarga.
I am Caldwyn.
I am Tristero.
Why you do that?
He got hit in the head when he came down.
Not the first time.
Came down from
Won't
what?
be the last.
The wall.
Yeah.
You, me. Do I know you?
I'm sure you've heard of me.
Make a reputation roll.
The orc has heard of me. I think I'll feel pretty happy with myself.
This is a classical acting trick.
Yeah. Push.
I can't. I don't think I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
reputation.
Yeah, I heard of you.
What's your pride?
I thought you were dead. You were strung up by your intestines. That's not it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. I always get confused with someone else.
You're in our land.
We were forced into these lands.
Doesn't matter.
I really can't argue with that.
Don't forget about
So what do you want us to do? Move?
Leave or die.
I wish
I would leave. Would be great.
Just give us a moment. There's quite a few of us here.
And not all of us are well.
Oh, wait, you're supposed to demand gold. Gold! And leave or die.
Did you hear the first part where we're pretty bad off?
That's too bad for you. Are you going to try and play?
I'll say, while we are low on finances, I heard you playing a song. I'm a musician myself. I'll try and play something. I don't know how warlike you can get on a stringed instrument, but I'll do my best.
You can get very
I'll try to get pretty. I'll try to play something warlike to appeal to their
All right,
sensibilities.
Make a performance roll. Here's the
metal.
thing, though. You're trying to play to their drum.
Yes,
It's off rhythm.
all right,
So you're going
like
to have
Primus.
a -1.
Yeah, I love private.
okay.
So it's going to be like you're going to have the modifier, and then once the modifier is in place, subtract 1 from that.
Oh, so don't type in -1.
No, don't type
Okay.
type in -1.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so if you had a modifier +2, it's now down just to a modifier of 1.
I hope he plays my name.
Okay, hang on. So just to make sure I'm looking at this right, so I don't.
Yep, and make sure to click the Loot of the Morning Lily twice.
Yes, sir.
And then go to modifier.
And that becomes a 1.
Yes.
Aha! It all makes sense now.
And then you add 3 to it, divide by 4, and you get a success.
I'm having some sort of.
you're a minstrel?
I must have. I was actually a fraud back in Alderland.
Are you going to push?
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's either push or die.
Pride.
All right. And so what happens is
You start
he starts
playing
off like
too
this,
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
and he waits a very long time before he goes, and you play along really perfectly, and the orcs go, please, Lagos. We'll make a deal with you. Play one more song, and we will leave you be, knowing you play like orc.
Deal.
Play a song.
All right, perform again.
Yes, please.
Okay. With the same penalty, or
Yes.
Start playing.
You will need 2 successes for this.
2 successes? Yeah, I can make that work.
Do it.
And so, click this twice. Make that a 1 instead of a 2.
Ooga chaga, ooga chaga.
And
3
three
successes.
Yes,
And
sir.
the orcs look at you, nod, and go, you may be human, but you're orc inside.
Thank you.
Beware, red runners are nearby.
What are those?
They don't like your kind. They don't like our kind.
How far away were they?
Half a day's journey.
Which direction?
East.
Thank you.
Shara.
Tristero. Thank you, Shara.
Let's go. And the night remains uneventful. And morning comes as a bleeding red sun rises into the horizon. And with that, we are going to take a 15 to 30 minute break. Thank you so much for watching, folks.
Oh, sick. I gotta go to the bathroom.